hashtag my hugot essay, hashtag 20 or more of this, plus hashtag my hugot acronym for the day, hashtag COVID. Life is not a joke. It is something to be learned, understood, mastered, cared, loved, cherished, treasured, and valued. To a privileged few, life has been filled with abundance. However, such privilege of opulence has not given them the guarantee that with it, they will become the best possible person they ought to become. Fortunately, some were lucky and grateful for their fate and utilized it for their best advantage. Unfortunately, some took their wealth for granted, became vicious, and turned to bad habits. Worse, those who have been drowned by the filth of their riches, unable to find the true meaning and purpose of their life, have drifted themselves into forms they have not deliberately chosen. Becoming addicted to vices such as alcohol, smoking, drugs, and other pleasure-seeking activities until they had lost their goodwill and self-control. As a result, became erratic, ambivalent, abnormal, and addicts. Living a happy-go-lucky, unhappy, meaningless, and hedonistic way of life, they became sociopaths, criminals, sent to lunatic asylums, and extremely worse, committed suicide. To the destitute, less fortunate, underprivileged, and most disadvantaged others, life has been filled with deficiencies, disturbances, miseries, and adversities. However, such uncomfortable, unfriendly, and disagreeable conditions did not diminish, extinguish, crush, nor dishearten the spirit of the pitiful ones who were wallowing in the mud pit of poverty. Becoming monotonous with their daily course in search for food, extra income, and other plight-inducing activities until they finally became hardened, resilient, challenged, and determined. Living an unlucky, miserable, difficult, and challenging way of life, they did not succumb nor surrender. Instead, they became warriors and champions. Best of all, they became the heroes of our times. With the aforementioned conditions given on how some pitiful people who were mired in the mud pit of poverty emerged victorious from all their troubles, it could therefore be said that such kind of people, to battle successfully all the odds that came along their way, have raised, equipped, and guided themselves with the following 20 or more of these sterling values, such as devotion, discipline, determination, diligence, industry, tenacity, bravery, persistence, patience, perseverance, tolerance, resourcefulness, concern, care, love, humility, integrity, kindness, politeness, punctuality, etc. Hence, it could further be said that even when man is in his darkest moments, when in an ocean of anguish to the very verge of despair, when a little glimpse of wish, hope, and prayer is suddenly lighted within that person, or 20 or more of these worthy values notably mentioned, take its grip one by one, day by day inside one's heart, then no amount of discouragement or hindrance could now restrain the guided, empowered, inspired will of the coming man. No amount of pressure, weight, or power is enough to let the resolutely determined soul surrender to the worst poverty conditions, Hence, turning an annoying sand into a pearl is stumbling blocks into stepping stones and impossibilities into miracles. Thus, it could now best be said that what people strongly need to defeat the worst form of poverty, worst type of crisis, or worst onslaught of a pandemic could be signified with this acronym which I invented, that is to have a COVID change of values inwards development. After all, people have learned and realized that the best form of development is not outwards, which could indicate our wealth, but rather a form of development that is inwards, which could indicate our health. Such paradigm shift or form of development is best dealt with or could further be strengthened when one has truly learned and mastered 20 or more of these noble values.